Give me a call again. Oscar November 8, what is it?
Yeah, Roger on that, Rob. Oscar November 8 Echo India. And hopefully I'm not stepping on someone on this frequency. If I am, I'm sure they'll let me know. So I'll put it back to you, Rob, but it's I couldn't resist calling you, over.
Yeah, I lost you. We've got too much noise here. It's someone just slightly up from us. I know it's clear down on 18.111 if you want to go down to 18.111.
Yeah, QSY 111, over.
Roger, roger.
Yeah, okay, just checking the frequency, if the frequency is in use. ON80I, over.
VA7VOC is the frequency in use? I don't think so. I was here a moment ago, over.
Yeah, Roger, okay. I couldn't resist calling you, so and I wasn't sure whose frequency it was, but I'm delighted to make the contact, Rob, over.
Yeah, you're coming in 56. Not super strong, but no problem. It's not great conditions today, but I'd rather be on here than the contest bands, over.
Yeah, Roger. Well, I'll tell you, Rob, contests, they make my ears bleed, over.
Absolutely. The whole frequency, if I go on 21 anything, it's just lit up. And the same with 10 meters, just lit up. You can't go anywhere. So thank goodness we have these walk bands, over.
Yeah, Roger. Well, hopefully they don't take them away. And, the powers that be, why don't they give 50-50 ranked jurors and contests? So that would be fair. But anyway, that's too much to ask. Victor Alpha 7, Victor Oscar Charlie, Oscar November 8 Echo India 5556. And just to tell you my conditions, 500 watts. The antenna is it's a 10 element 5-bander on this band, 2 active elements. It's from OptiBeam and it's up about 14 meters. And the radio is the little baby. It's the Hermes Light, over.
Nice, yeah, I was looking at that. They are a little baby, aren't they? You can just keep that in your back pocket there, John, over.
Yeah, your little back pocket, but you'd want a big front pocket for the computer, over.
Yeah, it's perfect. You just got to carry a little computer around with you. But yeah, that's great. It's working well for you, that's for sure. You probably heard what I'm running, about 1.7 kilowatts at the moment, 3-element stepper, and the FTDX101D. Nothing special, but it seems to work for me, John, over.
Yeah, Roger, well, it's working well, and I haven't had a look at your step IR, but is it the one that has the trombones, over?
I have one of those. I've got 2 steppers. The one that I've got up at the moment is not the trombone. The one I got on the ground, which is a fully working 3-element stepper, has the trombone. So, yeah, I'm not using a trombone one. It's my spare. So if my driven element goes, then I'll put the trombone on. If any of the other elements go, I just swap it out. It's my donor antenna there, John, over.
Yeah, Roger, well, you will need, and you have one at least, a donor antenna because, they're not serving the hams anymore. And and you've probably talked to him, Echo Alpha 5 Juliet Zulu Paul. He has the DB42, but a good pal of mine in Wales had, and it wasn't his fault. The mast fell down and wrecked the I think he had the DB38 or something like that. And he said, I'm not going to do dynamic antennas anymore. And he gave Paul all the bits, over.
Well, I like them. I don't know. Just having 3 elements and basically having a monobander on all the bands, I really like it. It's very clever. Seems to work very well for me. I changed all this out in 2019, so 6 years ago, and I changed all the EAUs, painted the I didn't. I sort of oiled the elements there, and it's been brilliant ever since. I bought it used, and he'd hardly used the antenna, but And because he'd not used the antenna, you got to use it or you lose it, because they actually they rust. The motors rust, so they don't seized. So I brought it off in hardly used, but it had all seized up. He left it in his garage, and the moisture had seized the motors up. So I bought 3 new motors. I didn't buy the whole EHU. I just went in there and stripped it. So I put new coils in it, you know, the little rotors, the gears. I bought new gears, and then I bought 3 motors, put it in there. It cost me like a couple $100, and for the last 6 years, touch wood, it's been working great. And now I found a spare, which was really, really cheap, 500 Canadian dollars. So for a fully working 3-element stepper with trombone, I couldn't resist it. So I bought that, and that's my spare now. So I should be good for many years to come, John. Over.
Yeah, Roger. Well, it sounds like you have a technical background. I find that the people with the technical background can keep them going. They, as my mother would say, they jolly them along, and they give them lots of care, and they can fix them if they have problems. But if it's the guy, well, I wouldn't go near one. But a guy like me couldn't handle. Although I'm very careful with my things, and it's like these little SDR radios, the Anan and the Hermes Light. Unless you have a little bit of know-how, a little bit of help, and a lot of patience, you won't be successful. Over.
Well, I don't know, John. I think YouTube and instructions that are published online now, I'm not that technical. I've got a degree in satellite communication systems, but that's a long time ago. You know, I built 2 houses from scratch just watching YouTube videos. Over.
Yeah, Roger. Well, funny you should say that. My wife is a great fan, and she doesn't have a technical background. But when the kiddies were younger, you know, she swapped out keyboards and screens on laptops that were damaged by little kiddies. Over.
Oh yeah, I've had 6 kids, and the amount of keyboards and keys out of computers that disappear and drop out and get spilt on, etc., etc. Children, I don't know. There were some dogs there, John. Over.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, and when you come home and you see the inky screen and someone's been at it, but she was able to nurse them and get them back on the road. And the other thing is, you mentioned you have a background in satellite communication. I have a good radio friend. He's originally from Ireland. His first name is Carl, and he studied in the, it's a long time gone, but it was the radio officers school in Ireland. And there wasn't much radio officer work. I think it was nearly dying. And he went to the UK, and he got involved with British Telecom to do with the satellites. And then he got an offer of a job in Luxembourg. And only last year he retired. So his first name is Carl, and his second name is Reddy, Romeo Echo Delta Delta Yankee. And I wonder, did you ever come across him? Over?
I don't think so. It is a small community, though, I must admit. It's really weird. I took my degree later on in life. I think I was like 28 or something. And there was very few people with SATCOM's knowledge. Obviously, I'd worked the satellites as a ham because I was a ham radio operator in the early 90s. And used to work the satellites and got into it a little bit, got into technology, started with a BTEC National Diploma in Communications Engineering. I didn't finish the course because my professor there, Professor Davis, wrote me a letter to hand into the university. So he said, don't waste your time here. You're too knowledgeable. Jump in and go do your degree. So I went and did satellite communication systems, and then I did a minor in marketing. And honestly, I walked into a job. They gave me an E-Class Mercedes and more money than you can ever dream of, John. Over.
Yeah, Roger. Now, was that in the UK or in Canada? Over.
That was in the UK.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, well, my son, he recently qualified in June in computer science. and he even got a special distinction and the whole lot. And there's not a lot happening. He has to get his first foot on the ladder. That's the trick, I suppose. But he is a great guy, and he can. He's one of the guys when they were young and the laptops and everything. But he's a great programmer, and he's made programs for me to add to ham radio, and even an app so that I can flick around listening to the Kiwi SDRs. I can go from one Kiwi to another on an Android phone within 15 seconds. Over.
Fantastic. I'm looking at doing a master's degree, actually, in artificial intelligence. I've just done some courses with the University of Pennsylvania in AI, and I'm quite enjoying it, actually. So I'm looking at doing an MSc in business analytics and artificial intelligence with the University of Lancashire there, and that's who I did my degree with originally. I think there's certainly some big money to be made in AI at the moment, John. Over.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, well, I'll suggest that to him. Although, and he's he has a complete aversion to AI. Over.
Yeah, no, I was the same, but I've got a new business running here. We've developed a new product which removes the high from THC. So, kids are eating these edible gummies with cannabis laced and getting very sick. There's no cure for them. They just have to sit there and watch them. It won't kill them, but it's not very pleasant for these poor children and older people too who overdose on the cannabis products. So we've created an antidote to that, and we're just in the process of patent and FDA approval. So once that goes live, we'll be hitting the international market for this new product, and AI is going to really, really assist in my marketing and getting the product out there. Over.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, well, sounds great, but you sound like a kind of a really get up and go guy. I work for a multinational, but I'm on the floor, so I don't get involved in the offices. But I notice now, and I just hear it. A lot of the IT guys, they're all gone from the company. Over.
Yeah, no, you don't need as many anymore. You've got AI that can program, speed it up anyway. You just need someone to check it. So rather than getting 6 guys writing it, you have one guy checking that 6 guys work. Over.
Yeah, exactly right. So back to my son. Yeah, we hope to get him his first start. He wanted to take a little break, and he did. But then I said it was time to go out. Now, he could go out and get an any job, but he wants to focus on what he trained for. So we'll keep him going. But he's not like me. He's not pushy. Over.
Got you. Well, yeah, it's difficult. Back in the 90s, when I finished my degree, I walked into jobs so easy. I don't think it's like that anymore in the technology industry. Over.
Yeah, Roger. Well, he's always saying to me that he had been 20 in the year of 90 or even 85, but that's it anyway. So we've had a good run for our money. By the way, and I'm sure you're hearing it with me. I'm getting quite a flutter, and I even had it when you were speaking with the Italian. Over.
Sorry, say that again, John.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, I'm getting flutter. I'm getting flutter on your audio, and I wonder, are you hearing flutter on my audio? Over.
No, you're exactly the same. You're sort of sitting around the 56. Over.
Yeah, that's amazing. And I see you. I was just looking at your public logbook from QRZ, and I see you made contact on the 15th. So that was yesterday with a good pal of mine, Brian, Echo India 6 Lima Fox. Over.
Yes, I did indeed. It's a small world in the ham radio community there, John. Over.
Yeah, Roger, and you also made contact with a good pal of mine, Charlie United 2 Bravo November, over.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it is very, very small. I think we all talk to the same people over and over again there, John, over.
Yeah, Roger. Well, when you develop a kind of a click with someone that you can talk with them, I'm sure you've come across some people and it's 5 and 9 and it's bye bye. But with others, there's a guy down in Sydney, and I kid you not, I spoke with him for more than 2.5 hours, over.
Exactly. And it's great to talk to Kangaroo Island, over.
Yeah, good old Tony. Yeah, he's a great guy and a big signal. Well, listen, I'm delighted with the contact, and we did make a contact a year ago, so hopefully it'll be sooner than later the next time. But if you hear my small signal, I'd really appreciate you coming back to me. So I'll put it back to you for a final. I'm going to go down and get another cup of tea. So you're starting your day, and our day is, I won't say it's coming to an end, but it's slowly, surely heading into nighttime. By the way, Rob, local time here is 7 o'clock. So back she goes to you for a final, but I'm delighted with the contact, and thank you very much for making the effort to come down here. Victor Alpha 7, Victor Oscar Charlie, Oscar November 8 Echo India in Belgium, Rob, over.
And I'll speak to you again very soon. But probably less than a year next time. Oscar November 8 Echo India, Victor Alpha 7 Victor Oscar Charlie. 7-3.
Yeah, thank you, Rob, and good luck with the new enterprise, over.
Thanks. Yeah, I think it's going to be very successful. I'll keep you posted.
Yeah, thank you, Rob. Bye-bye. ONATI.
Cheers, Brian. Bye-bye. The show is John.